understand it. This wasn't the plan. Don't wanna demand it. I've done what I can. And I never mentioned the times you were rude. And I never mentioned when you hate the truth. Scared to lose it all. I won't stand a chance. And I don't wanna fake it. What if I can't walk away? Got me staying away. Hoping I don't make the same mistake. Unresolved, maybe it's madness. I'm begging you, please.
All right, welcome back to the Illuminerdi's weekly watch party. We have another episode coming up, the second episode of the Falcon and Winter Soldier. I want to thank you for joining us. I'm Braxton Timberlake. Joining me tonight is TC.
What up, all? Good to be here, ready to get hyped for this second episode. I felt like the first episode was kind of slow. We had enough slow on WandaVision, but I'm hyped for this one. Let's get it going.
There we go. And then next up on the list, we have Caitlin.
Hi, guys. I'm just as excited as TC. I'm hoping for some action. I'm hoping we finally see Bucky and Sam actually meet up again.
And there we go. And rounding out the wagon, we have Richard.
What's up, guys? All of the above. Can't wait for this episode. It's gonna be a fun week. I've been excited for this.
Man, this is fun. So our weekly tradition continues. We're here for the second episode. Last week, we got our first episode of the Falcon Winter Soldier, and we got to see a glimpse of what we can expect. We got some high octane energy and action at the beginning. We got drama. We got character study stuff. We got everything we really wanted. Caitlin, tell us your impression of the first episode as we come into the second one.
I liked it. Like I said last week, I know a lot of people thought it was more of a slow episode, but I thought it worked because we actually got to see some more character stuff with Bucky and Sam that we really didn't get to see in the movies, so that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see what happens now that the government kind of has named that new Captain America and grabbed the shield out from the Smithsonian. That should be an interesting turn of events.
There we go. The drama has been set up. Richard, what are your initial impressions of the first episode?
I really liked it, honestly. I mean, it may have been a slow start, but I think it was an appropriately slow start because, like Caitlin said, we got a ton of character development for Sam and Bucky. We got to see, Sam's sister. We got to see Bucky in therapy. And then this U.S. agent stuff is going to be some really good stuff. I mean, credit to Wyatt Russell for making his character completely hateable in about 8 seconds of screen time and no lines.
With a grin.
He just smirks.
Stupid smirk on his face. I mean, damn good job from Wyatt Russell.
TC, what did you think of the first episode?
I thought it was slow, but it was supposed to be slow. It's the first episode. It's introducing everybody. But like I said, I had enough slow in WandaVision. They got the slow episode out of the way. I'm hyped to get introduced to U.S. agent John Walker. I'm hyped for Falcon to meet Bucky and to get that going, for them to text each other and be like, yo, what's up? Who's Captain America now? So let's go.
Yeah, and for me, a lot of people had issues with the first episode, calling it slow. I didn't find it slow. I just thought it had pacing issues because they had all the action jam-packed at the beginning. And then after it is just kind of like a slow decline. But we got to understand this is a long 6-hour movie or however long it's going to be, 6-episode series. So I'm excited for more stuff coming up. I'm excited for more action. I'm excited for more stakes to be raised. And I'm excited for more MCU characters to be introduced. So yeah, so Sam and Bucky hopefully will actually reunite this episode. I mean, the title of the series is The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. How do we think this is going to happen? Is it going to be a simple page, and then this Bucky's going to show up on the doorstep? Is Bucky going to Louisiana? Is Sam going to go hunt him down? How do we think this is going to happen? Any theories here before we get the episode started?
Well, I don't know if anybody's seen the most recent TV spot for it, but I don't know if it showed their first meeting, but it definitely showed, an early sign of when they first meet up again. It was Bucky just asking Sam, like, why the hell did you give away the shield? Which is a fantastic question. I mean, why did Sam give away the shield? But I won't spoil too much for those of you who haven't seen it yet. But I'm really excited to get more detail on that scene.
Well, let's actually talk about that a little bit. Because that was the first kind of plot twist that we had in the series. I mean, everyone expected the show to start off with Sam kind of maybe testing the shield out, or maybe seeing some past action of it, but we opened the series up with him looking somberly on it and deciding to give it up. What do we think of him passing on this responsibility to start the series off? How does that kind of set up the show for us? What do you think, Caitlin?
I didn't expect him to use it right away. I thought he'd maybe kind of just keep it in his room. I didn't expect him to put it in the Smithsonian. And like I said last week, and I did look it up, that's right, Smithsonian is federally funded. He gave it to the government. Not the best call.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, and it really, like what you said is kind of exactly what happened. He gave up the responsibility. So I think he's going to have some regret on that, because it's kind of like, not only has Captain America's legacy now completely altered from what Steve Rogers wanted, how do you get that back?
Right. Physically and thematically, right?
And even in the eyes of the public.
All right.
Right.
I think this is going to be like an overall arc of the show in terms of it's eventually going to lead into Sam, being able to take the shield and be like, okay, I can do this now. I think that's how it's going to go for full circle. But right now it's more of like a Thor Mjolnir situation. Like, am I worthy enough for the shield? But eventually I think he's going to be like, you know what, I got this. Let's go. Towards the end.
I think Marvel's actually doing something interesting, and they kind of did it with WandaVision too. They're really very self-aware of what their viewers are going to be thinking, and it's almost like a meta conversation going on where the viewer is almost a stand-in for Sam, where he doesn't feel worthy, or can he really be the Captain America? And they're really setting it up really well thematically. So I think that we're off to a good start there. Another thing I'm looking forward to is all the surprises that are still yet to come. Over the past week, Caitlin actually wrote up an article about some hidden Easter eggs that were found in the end credits for the first episode. Among those hidden Easter eggs was the Power Broker, who's a Marvel character, comic character, who was mentioned within the transcripts of the end credits. So Caitlin, can you give us a quick little 20-second breakdown of who the Power Broker is, so people might be familiar with it?
Well, first I want to say in the end credits we saw Power Broker is watching in those blue vials that I'm assuming had the Super Soldier Serum, which is perfectly tying into Power Broker, because kind of the basics of this guy is he had a corporation that gave civilians who are willing to pay super strength, which also ties into U.S. Agent John Walker, because he was one of the people that got the super strength from him and was then indebted to him. So with Power Broker watching, it could be maybe Power Broker's the guy kind of pulling the strings here. Maybe he's got some government contracts or something, or maybe it's even just entirely private, and John Walker's kind of in a tight spot with him too.
Yeah, I mean, I love that. After the end of last episode, we kind of talked about who are going to be, what's going to be the threat. We were going back and forth. Could it be mutants, or could it be Super Soldier Serum that is really the actual threat that's going to be in the center of the series? We have the Flag Smashers, who were shown to have powers as well. So it really seems like that could be the connective tissue between everything there. Richard, are you familiar with the Power Broker or the Super Soldier Serum in general? What do you think?
I'm just kind of learning about that, but from what Caitlin said, I mean, that seems to make a lot of sense. And the thing I love about this series the most is that we don't have like a set bad guy or a set, threat that they're going to face. We thought we did, because Helmut Zemo is coming back in this series, and he was the clear and obvious bad guy in Captain America Civil War when he was tearing the Avengers apart. I think that's going to play into this a little bit more. And I'm really interested to see how he plays in and how the Flag Smashers play in, especially because what we learned about them last week is that they're a group that thought the world was better before the blip, before everybody came back. So I'm really interested to see what they do with that and, you know, what their actual strategy is for trying to maybe bring the world back into that sort of phase.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see some Zemo. What about you, TC?
Yeah, definitely excited to see some Zemo. We didn't get enough masked Zemo in Captain America's, was it Civil War?
Yeah.
We got no mask.
We're gonna get some masked Zemo in this series. Also, I'm really curious how they're gonna do the super soldier serum testing thing, in terms of how that whole storyline is gonna play out. I know, like from the comics, Black Cat had like this super soldier serum tested on her. I don't think they can go that route at all because she's technically a Sony-owned character still, or I think they have plans to do something with her. But I'm just interested to see, you know, if they did some initial testing on the serum, if there were side effects at first, what happened to those people. I'm just interested in the serum in general. But yeah.
Yeah, funny you actually mentioned that, because another hidden Easter egg in the end credits was of actor Carl Lumley. A lot of people have theorized that he's going to be playing Isaiah Bradley. Caitlin, you mind give us a little bit more reference on Isaiah Bradley from the comics?
So we actually talked about it a little bit in like after the episode last week, and Isaiah Bradley comes into play in the Captain America miniseries comics, Truth, Red, White, and Black, which is just amazing and tragic and just phenomenal. So Isaiah Bradley is actually the first African American Captain America, and he was the super soldier serum was tested on him and another number of other African American soldiers before Steve Rogers to make sure it worked right. And TC, you're exactly right. It didn't go well.
Awesome. So hopefully we'll get to start to see a little bit of the edges of that come together in this episode, or hopefully in the episode soon to come. U.S. Agent, or as the new Captain America, I should call him. This episode, we should see a little bit more of him, find out a little bit more of the background of how his introduction came to be. How do you think it's going to go? Is he going to end up being a good character this episode? Is he going to? What are you guys thinking of how his introduction will roll out?
I think he'll be a good character, but not a good guy.
I'm interested to see I'm interested to see his personality. Like, is he a snarky guy? Is he an overconfident guy? Is he an evil guy? Like, I just want to see where they're going to take him.
Same here. That's exactly what I'm looking forward to. I want to know, like, I have a feeling he's going to turn into a not so good guy here, but I just want to see how long it takes. Is it going to be this episode 3, you know, or are we waiting till the end of the series? So we'll find out.
Yeah, I had an interesting conversation with a friend who's really super familiar with U.S. Agent, and he brought up Avengers, the first Avenger, where there's that soldier that kept bullying Steve Rogers, and he was like, essentially, that's the U.S. Agent if he got the super soldier serum. So, it could be an interesting conversation that could be had about who's like a real soldier, who has the big real heart, who's a real hero. So I'm excited to see those things.
U.S. Agent always reminded me of an Eddie Brock to Eddie Brock to like Peter Parker, Spider-Man, U.S. Agent to like Captain America, Steve Rogers. So I'm interested to see that as well.
I just watched First Avenger again the other day, like a day or two ago. I could totally see how that connects.
There you go. And Bucky, let's not forget about him. He went on dates. He went to therapy. He went through a lot this first episode. What are we expecting to see for him this episode? Where's his character going to go? What are your thoughts, Richard?
I mean, I'm really excited for it because this, like kept on saying, this is the first time we've seen Bucky in this like modern world and in his right mind. The dating thing was awesome. I mean, obviously it ended super sad because of
Not
the whole,
for Bucky.
I was gonna say it was entertaining for a while, but it didn't turn out so great for Bucky.
She was a buzzkill on the date.
that was the heaviest first date I think I've ever seen in any movie, TV show, anything. I mean, he handled it pretty well.
Bucky was right to bolt.
I think even besides what actually happened, I think he probably made the right move there.
He's got the whole mysterious guy vibe going, and she's asking him like 21 questions about his life. Like, guys don't want to open up on the first date, tell you all about themselves. So,
Yeah, totally. Like, are your parents? How are your parents? How old are you? What's with the gloves? I mean, it's a lot.
I just love how dark he gets about death and like losing a child. I'm like, wow. Do you have pets? Like, how do you respond to that?
what's your favorite
So-
color?
Right?
It's such a stark contrast between where he was in the first movie when he's first introduced. Because in the first movie, he's such a ladies' man. He just has,
He's a
I think he has
player.
2 ladies on, each arm. You know what I mean? He's like, "Come on, Steve, let me hook you up, man." So
He is a player.
It's
in
really
that first
interesting.
movie.
Hey, Lisa's kid at Steve's date.
Exactly. Yeah.
Maybe inside he knows he can go there if he wanted to. Maybe he's just chilling right now.
Maybe he's holding.
I don't
back.
know. I think he lost his mojo.
You think
like
he
Austin
lost
Powers.
it?
Yeah, man, straight
I
Austin
lean
Powers,
toward
man.
more that he lost the mojo.
Well, hopefully we can see a little bit more on that front. Sam, we saw a lot of his home life. Met his sister. He met his nephews. Where do we think his story is going to take him this part? Is it going to be more of the Falcon side of him, or are we going to see more of the Sam side of him this second episode? What do you think, TC?
I think we'll see more Falcon now. I think we saw the Sam side in the first episode. Also, Tony Stark, why didn't you pay your freaking Avengers, bro? You're rich.
They didn't work for him.
You're rich as... I mean,
You can still
technically
break
they
them
didn't
off.
work for
They
him.
didn't work
Yeah.
for him. They worked
Yeah,
for Nick Fury. He gave them like free housing essentially.
But if I'm Stark and if I would have like known, like some people are struggling, I'd be like, yeah, here you go, man.
Well,
Like,
Well,
direct
here's
quote-
the bigger question. How
The
could
direct
Vision
quote-
buy a house? How could Vision buy a house and Sam can't even get a loan? Like,
right?
what's up with the pay scale?
Well, he didn't buy a house. He bought a plot
A
of land.
lot.
Oh,
a
fair
lot,
enough.
yeah.
Fair enough. The house did not exist. That's for sure.
No, it didn't.
He bought a demolished house. He's a computer. He probably like hacked the banks or something.
Right.
If any of you have seen the Snyder Cut, did he pull what Cyborg did? Like, but with a.
I don't even know what Cyborg was doing in that movie. Just a bunch of.
I don't know what
crazy
a lot of things. I don't know what a lot of people were doing in that movie. But
The interesting
that's a
thing
whole
is,
other conversation.
well, not really, because it's interesting that now, the first week when this first premiered, it was premiering literally the day after Justice League did. So the whole conversation was obviously on that one event because it's a one-time deal. Now we're in the second week. It'd be interesting to see if more people and more attention comes back to the Marvel universe and comes back to this show, similar to how WandaVision is. Do you guys think there'll be an increase in hype, or do you think it's just we're kind of at a level peak right now?
Well, here's the thing that shocks me is that I wrote an article that this was the the most watched first episode of any Disney Plus series ever. I mean, Marvel, Star Wars, anything. I mean, which is pretty impressive considering that the Snyder Cut came out a day before it. So I think that's going to be taken to a whole new level this week.
Well, technically the Snyder Cut isn't really a series, or did you just mean it came out right after it? So
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it came out within 24 hours of each other.
yeah, that's crazy. I think the hype's just going to continue to build. Like WandaVision, the first 2 episodes were kind of like slow, same thing, and then it continually builds. I think the same thing's going to happen here. Question to the panel here: we all haven't seen episode 2, right? This is all fresh. for all of us?
No.
Nobody's
None of us
seen
have
it.
seen it.
Nobody's
Okay.
seen it.
All you
No.
Illuminerdi insiders. Okay.
Yeah. We still don't know who's actually seen it or not.
I think
Yeah.
Marvel kind of has the advantage because they do have a weekly episode, so there's going to be people talking about it for an entire week. Like Snyder Cut, I think kind of ruled the conversation, like you said, Rex, because we're not going to see it again. It's not like Snyder Cut 2 is coming out next week,
Plus, it's had 3 years of buildup.
Yeah.
And
It'll be interesting if they'll be able to keep building on the intrigue, kind of like how they were with WandaVision with this series. I wonder if we'll get more like connective tissue with the MCU, maybe more surprise characters. Do you think we'll get anything of that, or?
I think we'll get, I don't know if it'll be, I'm sure it'll be connective tissue with the MCU because that's kind of how they've built the brand. But I also think a lot of the mystery is going to be like, who's behind the Flag Smashers, if we get more Easter eggs in all the credits, how those connect, when's Helmut Zemo going to come in, when's Sharon Carter going to come in, how do they connect to the story? So I think it has like mystery kind of built in. It's not like WandaVision, the mystery was kind of the central aspect of the story for a very long time. I think with this, it's more of like, oh, we have to investigate, we figure out what's going on here, what's the threat, who's really the threat, when like there's minimum 3 but probably more bad guys.
I think WandaVision 2 had the advantage of you had no idea at all where the story was going. Like, literally all you knew was that Wanda was in it, Vision's in it, they had casting announcements for a few other people, but you literally had no idea where the story goes. For Falcon Winter Soldier, I think you have kind of a basic guideline of where it's going. I mean, you obviously have Sam's journey to becoming Captain America, Bucky's journey to find himself again, and it's in the real world. So, I mean, there's obviously going to be surprises. It's Marvel. There's always surprises. But I think they're not going to be quite as maybe unpredictable, let's say, as WandaVision.
Right. The whole format of watching WandaVision just led itself up to be, you know, mystery, Easter egg, Twilight Zone type, you know, those Easter eggs in it that you could watch week to week and theorize. This one, I hope they do more of that. Like I hope they end with cliffhangers at the end of every episode. Like on the end of the first episode, they ended with introducing U.S. Agent, which is a cool ending. They need to kind of do that at the end of each episode to kind of keep us hooked for the next one. But WandaVision was the first. Being first is really important. So I hope that this kind of picks up the mystery a little bit. It's not really a series that's like drenched in mystery, but like Richard said, there's an overall narrative that we can follow now, and it would be cool if they like started to introduce little things that we can kind of latch onto.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're 1,000% right, TC. We're definitely going to get the cliffhanger endings, because I think what's interesting what Marvel's doing now is really expanding the comic book reading experience beyond just going to the movies. So like this is really just an extension of reading a new comic series, right? So I think we're in store for a cliffhanger, and we're in store for a moment where we're like, dang it, I want to know now. Right. Absolutely. But I think that Marvel is really good. When you look at their past with their marketing for their movies, they're really good at cutting trailers that make you feel like you know exactly what's going on, but you've only seen a little bit of it. And I'm getting the sense that we've only seen like the first 2 episodes in the trailer.
I hope so.
I think that I think the second half of the series is probably going to go a lot of directions that we're not expecting. I mean, obviously at the end, hopefully, Sam's going to become worthy of becoming Captain America, and Bucky's going to, you know, find some, you know, inner peace. But at the same time, I think that the adventure might become, you know, go on a lot grander scale than we might be anticipating.
Yeah, I think you're right about them being very good at making you think you know what's happening, and then really just being like pulling the rug out from under you, because we've been going in really thinking like, oh, U.S. Agent, Flag Smasher, and Helmut Zemo are the bad guys. And like with just that power broker tease, you're like, okay, so maybe there's more to the story. So the fact that we just going in thought there were 3 bad guys, and now it's like, oh, maybe there's more, to me that's going to be kind of the cooler mystery aspect of the show, is who's really running the table.
Absolutely. And if you even look at the trailers, we've only seen, I think, 2 like action set pieces. We see, you know, the initial fight sequence with the Falcon, and we see them fighting on top of the bus or the train or whatever that is, or, you know, trucks, whatever. And that's, I mean, I'm anticipating we might see that this week. So, you know, there's still a lot that could be unwrapped.
Definitely.
I'm taking a look at the title for the second episode. It's called The Star-Spangled Man. So heavy dose.
Agent.
I got that.
We are getting some U.S. Agent.
The Star-Spangled Man, that's the song that Captain America came out to with the USO.
Star-Spangled Man with the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pointing to him being a tool of propaganda.
Uh-huh.
I think if I remember correctly too, either the writer or director said that like Steve was Army and U.S. Agent is Marine. So I'm interested to see I'm interested to see how they play that, because
that is interesting.
Yeah, because it is a thing where if you're in a different branch of the military, you give each other crap because that's just what you do.
Yeah.
But also, like, there's probably a bit of a different mentality.
Oh, there definitely is. I mean, Marines are known for being way more intense, way more specialized.
The tough guys of the Army.
Yeah, and way more apt to take things into their own hands if need be.
Yep.
So that's actually like a really interesting illusion right there.
I can see that coming into play. Yeah, too.
Me too.
And they likely didn't have the same parameters of figuring out who the next Captain America was as they did with Steve.
No,
it was more of who's going to be the biggest, baddest guy.
Totally.
That's interesting. So we're looking at the header for the new episode coming up, and we're trying to decipher: is this a new look for Bucky? He has a kind of like I'm really bad at colors, turquoise / greenish vest on. Is this a new look? Are we gonna get a new design? Are we gonna get some new a new face for our heroes?
I think this is it. I think he's the pleather vest Bucky with the black and gold arm.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much going to be his look throughout the series.
Well, we're getting at least one new suit for Sam later on once he probably fully becomes Captain America.
What?
What?
Yeah, Doy.
Richard, spoilers.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
All right. Well, you guys ready to give it a shot?
Yes.
I'm ready when you guys are.
Well,
Let's do
based
it.
on the picture, we're probably right about them meeting up.
Yeah, I would think so.
Let's see. I gotta refresh it. Let's see here. 1 second.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Looks like a meeting is in store.
49 minutes. So at least it's 42 minutes. It's a good chunk.
Yeah, just like a couple seconds shorter than last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's probably going to be the norm for the rest of them, honestly.
Yeah, I think they said that with one shows like this, it's more of that kind of 45, 50-minute style. And then I'm assuming She-Hulk, since that's been said to be more of a like legal comedy, that'll be going back to half hour.
Yeah.
I think they talked about.
I heard some wild rumors about She-Hulk, but
I can't wait for She-Hulk.
All right. Well, you guys ready to tap in?
Let's do it.
Yep.
All right. Let's get the countdown. Let's go. 5.
Wait. Last time you went 1, 2, 3. I was like, what? So you're gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah. 5 down.
1,
And then
0,
boom.
and the visible 0.
Yep. All right.
Okay. All right.
All right. All right. Here we go. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Play.
He's not though. He has conditions on his pardon.
He's got to.
They're giving us a full recap. Wow.
Previously on the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They just didn't say it.
I know.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, here we go.
Question mark. Oh, that looked like it had the Capitol building in the star.
Ooh.
Oh, no Marvel intro.
Yeah. Maybe it
Interesting.
won't come till after the first scene. Okay, is it the shield?
It's a football locker room.
Oh,
This is probably the U.S. agent. Yep.
John
Yep.
Walker. Look, he's got
Oh
that face.
my God. You know, I can only kind of see the Kurt Russell resemblance. All right, what's that Easter egg? JW10.
John
Somebody
Walker.
in the chat get
That's
on it.
him.
Oh yeah, Doy. Yeah, JW, John Walker, Doy.
We solved it.
Yep, problem solved. Thanks for coming. Oh God.
He's a captain. That means he was an officer, not enlisted. I think Steve is enlisted.
Yeah. Yeah, Steve never actually got officially promoted.
Or captain of the football team.
He would have gotten killed. Are they though?
They're
Well, it's
playing
not
him
really
kind of
about him.
playing him kind of vulnerable right now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we gotta like him at the start.
No.
Did you see that smile? No, we don't.
I don't want to like him.
Anger issues.
Anger management.
Well, if he's a Marine and he's special ops, that means he's Force Recon, and those guys are,
Tough
They're like-
nails.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. Football scene.
Uh-oh. The band.
God, this hurts my soul too, because like I was in marching band in high school and stuff, and I went to every football game and did all this, and
I went to one football game. We fumbled the ball 3 times in one play, and I never won again.
oh my, yeah, it was kind of a requirement for me. Oh my god. Yep, there we go. Yeah, we never had anybody like that.
You didn't dance?
Nah, we didn't have any dancers. Nope, we weren't this talented.
I'm digging this intro.
Yeah,
me too. This is solid.
This is not a high
Oh
school,
my
is
god,
it?
it's already got merchandise.
It's probably a college band.
Oh god, absolutely.
Wow, they got like a new emblem for Brandon really fast.
Right? Okay.
Wow. Mine just froze.
Oh, Good Morning America. Okay.
Wow.
ABC
Okay.
owns Disney.
Yeah. That's not anybody from real life, is it?
What a dumb question.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Oh god.
That's interesting. He doesn't have super strength?
Right?
Or so he says.
I love that look.
That's That's an interesting way to word that.
Yeah.
It's not, I like helping people. I like protecting people.
Bucky's just like, this some bitch.
Right.
Where's Sam at? Oh, yeah, here we go.
Walker isn't in their little club. Yeah.
There we go.
Here we go.
First thing he said.
Well. Wow. It's a lot deeper
think-
than I expected it to be.
Do you think Steve was watching that on TV with the same face as Bucky?
Maybe.
Oh my god.
Really?
It's a weird brag. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's.
The reluctant duo. I love it.
Oh, yeah. They probably haven't even talked the entire flight.
So he just legit just showed up at his job, huh?
Yep.
Right? Oh, my God.
Why does no one trust his drone too?
Right?
See, that's the blue jacket from the comics.
Steve
Call him
did
Mr.
not have a
Mr.
plan.
Soldier.
When did Steve have a plan?
Right?
He's not gonna land on the freaking floor, is he?
Oh, no. What is this guy gonna do?
Hit a bunch of trees.
Oh,
Oh
no.
wow.
Oh, God. Oh!
Wow.
Oh, God.
Amazing.
Ow!
Opposite of a superhero landing.
Come on. He just like jumped out of a plane.
Dude just jumped 200 feet out of a plane.
Hit like 100 branches coming down, and Sam's like, all right, let's go.
It's like Drax in Guardians 2.
Yep.
Just keep going, Ben.
The real question, do you think Bucky breaks Red Wing at some point?
Oh, God. I can't imagine he doesn't try. My God, they hate each other.
This is going well.
Yeah, it's swimmingly.
Oh my god.
Oh, they actually used it.
He did get called that.
Yeah, at the end of Black Panther.
He called him the White Panther.
That's amazing.
Do you feel like they blowed their cover?
Yeah, kind of loud.
There's 5.
Yep. They're gonna blow it.
Damn.
Bucky's gonna get him into trouble one of these times.
I feel like
did
Bucky's gone.
They're not even hiding behind anything. They're hiding behind shows. Like,
Oh no, that's
There we go.
You can't see me here.
I can see you.
Oh, look how fast that bull is.
Holy crap.
Jeez.
So the second truck sees this happening.
Vaccines.
How dare they?
Oh, that's
Heyo.
Oh, there she is.
Is she a hostage though?
No,
Nope.
No. She was the one handing out masks last time.
exactly.
She was. Yeah. Oh, that's
Ow!
shit. Yep. There we go. Here we go. Here's
Good
the fight.
call, Brax.
Good call. I didn't think it'd be this early.
This is the trailer scene.
Yep. Exactly it. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh no!
What did he say?
I
I always wanted to do that.
Oh.
No.
Not
Sam's
going
got
well.
no strength.
Oh my god. Good. Sam and Bucky are gonna kill each other before the. Whoa. Okay.
Oh.
All right. I didn't see this coming. Wow. Oof.
It's his Sam. He's got it.
Nice catch.
He's so pissed that he's not
He
using that
is
shit.
so pissed. Oof. Oh boy.
Nice, Sam.
Yep, that's. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that didn't work.
Yeah, that did not go as it did in Deadpool. Whoa. Oh boy.
This is not going well for Sam.
Yo, he just shot him with a gun.
He did.
Yeah.
Bromance. What did he say to him about the shield?
Could have used that shield. Yeah.
Ooh, do you think he dies?
Hoskins?
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
Wow.
Nice catch.
Okay, that was solid. Wow.
Oh.
Really? Oof.
Okay, I'll say, yeah, I believe him about not having super strength.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen to Cap.
Mm-mm.
How
Or
could he throw
Bucky.
around? How could he throw around the shield like that though, without like?
Something. Yeah.
It's got to be in the shield then.
He was trying to be nice.
Oh my god. Ooh. Oh. Oh. You son of a bitch.
He's not wrong. Sam stole back his Falcon suit from the government.
Right.
He's like, I had enough of these pretend fucking heroes.
Huh.
Well,
Oh.
Wingman.
Oh. All right. Well,
He tried,
efficient.
kind of. He tried. Kind of.
Sort of. A little bit. He still had that douchey look on his face. Wasn't it that same whistle we heard last episode?
I think so.
Yeah.
You remember whistles?
I watched it about 2 hours ago, so yeah.
Oh. Dang.
I just remember some kind of whistle when Torres was
What?
What?
I am more confused.
Me too. Oh,
All right.
that's not good.
Do you think that's Power Broker?
Could be. I want to find out who's behind the Flag Smashers.
Yeah.
Oof. Whoa. Mm. What did he get?
He's wearing his dog tags.
He is, yeah. Hmm. What, Sharon?
I don't think it'd be a meeting.
Yeah. Baltimore. Oh my! Oh my God! Oh God! So who's in Baltimore?
Wow, they pulled this out
Oh.
early.
Oh wow!
Is that Eli?
Maybe.
Do you think this means that Steve knew? Because that'd be a departure.
How does Bucky know? Yeah.
Korean War.
Oh, Korean War.
So he's old.
Yeah.
That's different too.
Yeah.
This is interesting. This is very different.
Yeah. Wow.
I want to see a flashback.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay.
Beast. Just great casting.
Seriously. Wow. They really went there. Like straight out of the comics.
Yeah. But he can. Yeah. All right.
Oh God.
Wow.
Oh. Wow.
Is this guy bothering me?
Wow.
He
Wow.
called backup.
Dude.
Come on.
Really? They're arresting him for that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well.
I mean, technically fine, but
Wow.
Would you want someone like this guy missing his court mandated therapy sessions? I would not.
I mean, yeah.
Well, so was it gonna be in jail for like a day or a week or a month, or what are they doing here?
Yeah.
Well, isn't this gonna be the scene where it's both of them and the therapist in the interrogation room?
Oh God, I've been waiting for that one. Oh.
Mm.
Me.
Wow.
So entitled.
Okay.
So...
Yep.
Oh.
Super cocky. Okay.
Yep, here we go. Okay. Wow. Notebook already.
Common ground.
Yep. They both hate this. Oh God.
Couples therapy.
Amazing. Bucky doesn't talk much.
Right? Oh my God. Oh God, here we go.
Just put on some romantic music.
Jesus.
How is this helpful?
Oh God, staring contest. Caitlin.
What are they supposed to do? You gave them no instructions. Oh.
It does.
Ooh.
Does have something to do with them.
Ooh. Whoa.
Duh.
Oh.
I don't think this went well.
No.
You did not give them good instructions.
No, she really didn't.
She just had to stare at each other. That's it.
Ominous.
Seriously. Are you kidding me again?
That's
Oh.
him.
Wow,
That's
his
him.
face is so punchable.
Seriously?
He's always smiling.
Oh my god. You've been targeting civilians?
True. Facts.
Yeah.
I don't see you, Brax.
You don't see me?
Me
No.
neither. No.
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 Oh wow. Okay.
Hey guys, sorry about
Hey,
that.
guys. Sorry about that. Some technical difficulties on our end, but I think we're back. So for those of you who are keeping up, we're at about 40-20 in the episode, the 40-20 mark.
All right, is everybody ready to hit play on the 40-20? We'll do a countdown again,
Yeah.
starting at 5.
I don't see us on the YouTube video.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. I see us. Yeah.
There's a
Here we
little
go.
delay. There's a little delay, but I
Okay.
think we're there.
Yeah, we're good now.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, 5, 4,
4,
3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Go.
Go. All right, got pushing out a flagpole. Or
The
light
flag
pole.
smashers.
Yep.
It's right on brand.
Right. Wow. Oh. Oh. Wow.
So why did he run at them?
That's a
To
great
give-
question.
To delay them so they couldn't stop the plane.
As a
Gave it all up for the cause.
distraction.
And the girl.
Mm. Oh my. No way.
Wow.
No way. They go to him?
Do you think they bust him out?
Oh. No way.
Yeah,
Oh, that's amazing.
that score.
Here we go. Vienna.
Yeah, don't tease us. Come on, give us a little something.
No freaking way.
This music, though.
Oh my god. Wow.
Oh, I love it.
That's amazing.
Nice.
Okay.
Last week we got 2 seconds of US Agent. Now we get 2 seconds of Zemo.
They had to do it.
And they're going to him.
Right?
Oh, I love it.
Comic book ending.
That
Yeah.
I did not see coming.
The music in the intro to Zemo was perfect. That was
Absolutely.
There was a lot of that episode that surprised me.
Me too.
Hey, this the outro music's very Lethal Weapon. Very
Yeah.
1980s beat cop type of
Mhm.
tune.
Totally. And Caitlin, total psych vibes between Bucky and Sam,
100%.
right?
Oh crap!
Absolutely.
I hope there's no post credit. I already clicked out of the freaking episode.
I've still got it going. I'm just
No, it doesn't look like there's a post credit. We're just watching those end credits that might have like little Easter eggs.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
exactly.
This episode is 10 times better than the first episode.
Seriously.
Oh, man.
Oh,
So good.
man.
They managed to make you hate a 3-time Medal of Honor winner. That's
Right?
impressive.
Totally. Oh man. Oh, and then and we found out who the host was during the Captain America interview. It was Sarah Haynes of Good Morning America.
Oh,
Like in
she's
real
actually a legit
Yeah, it
anchor.
looks
Nice.
like Donnie Pearson in the chat said that. Thank you, Donnie.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah. I love the funky marching band version of Star Spangled Man. I love that. That was great.
Yeah, that was very cool. I did like that with the Marvel intro.
Me too.
Wow, what an episode!
Totally Kurt Russell from the nose up.
Yeah, I think this episode is like better than all of the WandaVision episodes.
It's
I'm
one of the
being
best
honest.
Marvel Disney Plus episodes yet, for sure.
Yes, that was cool. Wow. Yeah, I was not expecting a lot of it. They brought stuff in way earlier than I was anticipating, and they like gave it a really interesting twist that I was not expecting.
Me too.
So I think those the Robin Hood people are gonna be like the good guys, I guess. I don't
Could
know.
be.
think
I don't know.
Like the resistance almost.
But they're
Huh.
resisting against people who are coming back after disappearing for 5 years. Being
Yeah.
back.
Right.
But I mean, but they have good intentions. I mean, you know, they're calling themselves, or they're being called like Robin Hoods, right? And they're trying to distribute vaccines to different
And-
communities.
They kind of portrayed certain members like in a sympathetic way.
Hmm.
Like you could
Mhm.
see that they're kind of leaning toward it. So who knows?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a situation where they're gonna be misled by someone who has bigger motives. So whether it's, you know,
Yeah.
power brokers, emo, whoever it may be.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of this whole like them not liking that people that came back after the blip are getting help, because I'm like, well, what do you want them to do? But I also think that the fact that the government is targeting civilians who are helping them is not great. That's really sketchy.
Yeah.
Woo! It's lots. The interesting thing about this episode is it was like chess. They were putting all the different pieces and getting
Yeah.
us ready for how it's gonna unfold. There's so much to talk about. One thing I
Totally.
thought was interesting, just straight up off the bat, if you had the
Brax, real quick, your camera's not on.
oh word.
It just says BT, your logo.
Oh.
That's cool.
All right. There we go. I see you now.
Oh, okay. That's not good. All right, cool. Yeah, oh, in the subtitles, closed captioning, they're actually calling John Walker Captain America, which I thought was interesting. So they're really setting up that tension.
I noticed that too.
What do you guys what did you guys think about the vaccine? I thought that was super timely, and I wonder if that had something to do with like what's been going on the past year, right?
You know, I did hear rumors that they might have included like COVID in this. I don't know how true that is or not, but yeah.
Yeah, I've heard rumors that there was things that they didn't, you know, obviously they anticipate COVID, but like things that were so close to real life that they were interested in changing things around, or
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, so.
how big of a script rewrite would that have to be? I mean, just naming something like a vaccine. I think, who knows? They might have
Well,
pulled.
They definitely had time because, you know, the production shut down and they went back for reshoots, you know, during the pandemic. So
Right.
I wonder if they leaned more into it or leaned out of it. Actually, it's kind of interesting.
It's a good point. How much were they leaning into it at first?
Zemo, what do you guys think? I was thinking when they introduced them, are there any scenes in Civil War where Zemo and Sam share a scene?
just for like 2 seconds when Bucky first gets out of the cage and like Sam and Steve are fighting him and everything, but I think that might be about it.
Yeah, it's more Steve, like,
Yeah.
because he comes down and Zemo tries to play innocent and Steve doesn't buy it, right?
No.
Yeah.
We get the classic the enemy of my enemy is my friend scenario where they're gonna have to go in and either work with him, find out info from him, and then once he's able to like get out and help them, he's gonna he's gonna just be Zemo. He's gonna do his own thing.
Absolutely. It feels like the classic comic book setup, you know? You team up with the enemy.
We know he's going full Zemo in this show at some point. We've seen the teases of the mask. We've seen him blowing stuff up. I mean, it's just a matter of when and how.
Well, and we know he hates super soldiers, and that's like flag smashers right there. So.
Right. Maybe he like steps in as like a de facto leader.
And it's also concrete proof that there is a bigger bad than Zemo in this, right?
Yeah.
Right. Unless he's controlling everything from prison, which I don't think so.
Well, I mean, that could be the ultimate twist, but there has to be something else going on, though, for them to at least pretend like he's fighting against something.
Yeah, I was going to say, Brax, like you said, it was like putting pieces on a chessboard, and then we saw him.
Oh, yeah.
That was very timely.
So, guys, John Walker, we got to see, a little bit of his personality. It's very interesting, I'll say. Like, he evokes emotion out of you, whatever that emotion is. Like that to me is a good thing. What do you guys think about John Walker and his character and what you saw so far?
The first thing that stood out to me, honestly, was the fact that they said he was a 3-time Medal of Honor recipient. No, like it's so rare for you to get the Medal of Honor alive, like just once. So the fact that they're like, yeah, he won it 3 times, and he's what, like 30 something? I was just like, oh no.
Yeah, that was definitely sketchy right off the bat.
I mean, I would chalk it up to, because he said he's all about guts, right? So maybe he did like risk his life 3 separate times.
Yeah.
And that's what paid off to it. I don't know. Possibly.
Like, Wyatt Russell in real life is 34. So I assume he's good playing around the same age in the series.
And yeah, it's not just risking your life to win the Medal of Honor. That's like
going above and beyond.
Right.
So yeah, that to me was a little. That just might be like Marvel like playing it up a little bit. I don't know, but that was the first thing that stood out to me with it. And then, I mean, at first when we first met him, I was kind of like, okay, he's trying to do his best and all that. But he just got like more douchey.
Yeah.
I thought it was an interesting character decision to not give him the super soldier serum.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
although how is he throwing
that's
that?
Not gonna last.
I think that's like just practice and muscle buildup, maybe. Because
could be. I mean, he's a Marine for sure. Like that, I got that vibe from him.
It's just in my mind. I always thought you needed like super strength to really like wield the shield like that. So like,
well,
be
don't
interesting.
you see Sam throwing it in the trailer, and he doesn't have that?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know yet. I mean, we'll see if
that's
maybe
fair.
he. Yeah, I mean, I'm leaning toward him not taking it, but anything's possible.
I feel like this new Captain America is gonna get the super soldier serum, and I feel like it's not gonna necessarily even be the government telling him he needs it. I think he's gonna take it because he wants to.
Because he got whooped. Because he got whooped in that battle.
Yeah.
Right.
He's gonna be like, dude, like I'm supposed to be Captain America. Like he's gonna freaking want to take it.
I think it's
The
that.
little girl kicked your ass.
Right. I think he's also gonna get tired of Bucky just not. Bucky's pissed at him, understandably.
Oh, Bucky hates him.
Yeah, so I think he's gonna get tired of Bucky because Bucky has the super strength.
Same thing with U.S. Agent. That's what I was kind of talking about in terms of he got whooped too in that scene.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be like, I need to take this serum now. Give it to me now. I need to be like Cap.
Right. What did you guys think of the duality between the new Captain America and Battlestar, and then of course Sam and Bucky?
I liked it. I think like in the comics, Battlestar is kind of his guy too. So I thought it worked well. I thought it was interesting that you actually had two guys who are like not only brothers in arms, but genuinely like really good friends. And then you've got Sam and Bucky who are just like, we're only here because we were friends with Steve.
Mm.
And a couple interesting things to point out. Pit of Fire in the chat. The fact that the government gave the shield to John Walker just shows the government is sketchy as hell. Clearly. And then All in the Game said it actually made a great point that vibranium's a third the weight of steel, which I should have remembered. I should have remembered since I just watched Cap 1 last night.
Come on, Richard.
I know. I'm usually really good at that kind of stuff.
You remember a whistle? You can't remember that? What are you doing?
Yeah, right. What am I? I should just. I'm kidding.
I kind of like the parallels between the two duos. And I guess like John Walker just brings a whole different kind of personality to the whole thing, and Battlestar being like his partner too. Like we don't know how that's going to eventually play out in terms of is Battlestar going to go along with everything that John Walker wants to do? Is he going to start to realize, hey, this guy's kind of crazy, and kind of turn?
It's kind of like we were talking about before the episode. They did present them as like pretty decent, normal, almost normal kind of people. Like, you know what I mean? It seemed like they're almost trying to do the right thing. So they're doing a good job of setting up the sympathy, and then hopefully there'll be that turn really soon.
Yeah, weirdly, for sure. Like when they ran through his resume, that I think put me off him more than anything else. Because when they're like, MIT did a study on your body, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, the goal of that, it did not work.
Yeah. So I'm curious if Marvel knew that was gonna make him seem like, oh my god, really this guy for audiences, and that was sort of the point. But question for like all three of you plus the chat. Do you think Sam and Bucky are wrong to turn down working with these guys? Because they do seem to kind of, like, as of right now, they do seem like they have essentially the same goals of stopping these guys. We don't know the bigger motives, but just in the sense of stopping the Flag Smashers.
Yeah, I think you might be right, because it's almost like, especially with Sam, like a sense of arrogance. Like, oh, we're free agents. We do this, we do it on our own. It's like,
we'll do it our way.
You don't even have a car, man. Like.
On the other hand, you can tell John Walker has a sense like, hey guys, we're the government people. Like he's also proud of being on that side as well. Like, hey guys, we're the government. And I
think with Sam and Bucky, literally anybody, it doesn't matter that it's John Walker holding the Captain America shield. If somebody's in front of them holding the Captain America shield when Sam specifically gave it away because nobody should have it, he's gonna be kind of pissed.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter who's in front of him.
Yeah, but being pissed, does that make you right?
I mean, yeah.
Right. It doesn't make you stubborn. Does it make you selfish? Does it make you kind of put your own personal vendettas and feelings ahead of like the greater good is the question.
Yeah, because Bucky would rather go to Zemo than work with these guys.
That's saying something. The fact that he would go to literally the guy who put him back under mind control than supposedly the new Captain America. Yeah.
Well, do you think he has ulterior motives? Because we know that Zemo's one of the people on his list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
I mean, he's trying to. There could be two different, things he's trying to solve at one time, which could cause bigger problems.
Totally.
True. Let's talk about that Isaiah Bradley scene.
Yes, sir.
That was intense.
Fantastic scene.
Right?
And I think they did a really good job of just summing up, just in that one scene of him talking about how he went to prison and what he's been through. It really did a really good job of summing up the comic story and the themes of it, like in just like literally like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it was interesting because it did have that core element of the comics, but there were also so many like pieces of it that were different that I was like the fact that he had even, because in the end of the comics when we meet him again he can't talk.
Right. Also, I mean, he looked like he's like like extraordinarily senior, super strong senior. I really like that. Like he looked like he could still punch through a wall.
He could still go, dude.
Yeah.
Still go.
And the fact that they met during the Korean War.
51.
So does that mean he was only active then?
Right.
Or was he active during World War II?
Right.
And I wonder why he aged differently than Bucky. And
Well, I
Steve.
will say this about Steve and Bucky: they were like essentially cryogenically frozen for.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
They'd freeze them and take them out, freeze them and take them out.
Yeah.
then
Because Steve
was just
aged.
frozen.
Steve aged when he went back in time to live his life with Peggy.
Right. Oh, let's even talk more about the super soldier serum, because one thing that kind of struck me was them deciding to have Bucky fall out of a plane at 200 feet. Like seriously,
Oh my
like you know,
God.
they did it for jokes, but at the same time, I didn't think he was that durable. to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
He's
You know what I mean?
Very
Like-
durable.
Yeah.
Yeah. They wanted to show, I guess, his power level a little
I
bit.
guess so.
He broke no bones.
Right.
He got a couple scratches, and that was about it.
Yeah, 200 miles in the air and all that. Like you're just like,
I was
What?
with Caitlin. I thought he was like gonna grab on some trees, kind of do like the
Me too.
Tarzan thing.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah, yeah.
No,
Me too.
dude, he just fell straight to
Dive
the ground.
bomb.
He pulled a Drax from Guardians too.
I'm not gonna lie, it bothered me a little bit. Like it's a little bit too cartoony for me, just a little bit. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I don't completely disagree.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, it was one thing with Steve jumping and falling in the water, you know what I mean? Or, you know, because it was definitely allusions to that, but like, they
Yeah.
could have.
Did this
Yeah.
remind you of Bruce Banner in Ragnarok falling from the plane and landing on the Rainbow Bridge or whatever, and then he turns into the Hulk? It's like the
see,
same kind of fall.
But even that was kind of like a badass like moment, you know? Like, I don't know. I
Ooh,
just
This is interesting. Some Poindexter Bullseye vibes from John Walker. That, you know what's funny? After watching Daredevil again this summer, I could totally see those kind of vibes from him.
no doubt.
Facts.
Yeah.
So was that Eli Bradley? Is that Patriot that we met?
I vote yes.
I assume so.
It looks just like him. I think it was interesting that we meet him first, and he walks them in and he walks them out. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like
And
the next guard.
Didn't introduce himself.
They
Right.
definitely kept that name under wraps.
I just looked up the guy who's playing him, Elijah Richardson. It's him.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I mean,
It looks like him. Yeah.
he looks dead on Patriot. Looks dead on him. I mean, even has the freckles and everything.
Yeah, totally.
How do you? Because I assume we're gonna see Isaiah and Eli again,
Mhm.
or Elijah again. So how do you think that comes into play with this? Do you think it's like a team up situation, or do you think it's more of going back to them for more information?
My initial thought was that we're going to see Sam go back because he's going to have conflict if he should take the super soldier serum. And I think we're going to get,
Yeah.
and I'm really hoping, kind of like how I mentioned during the episode, I'm hoping that we're going to go back, kind of like how WandaVision had during episode 8, you had the flashback. It'd be really interesting if you could go back to the Korean War or World War II and actually see
Yeah.
what was going on and see him in action
love
and
that.
see and see the
I'd like to see that
ramifications.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And also with Eli Bradley coming in, I mean, it's clear that they're setting up the Young Avengers at some point or another. Like, the Young Avengers are coming to the MCU. So
They've been
is that
teasing
going to be?
for a while?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, Wicked and Speed and WandaVision. You know,
Kate
Eli
Bishop.
Bradley here, Kate Bishop. You know, Cassie Lang.
Yeah.
Do we think that's going to be set up at all, like by the end of this series, or do you think they're going to maybe wait on that more solidly for a while?
I think they're just doing they're individually just throwing the characters out there. And
Yeah.
because you also got to keep in mind that people don't know that they become a super team. So like just
Right.
making them familiar, you know what I mean? Making them familiar with the characters. And then one day
Just
when they
getting
all
into people's
come
minds.
together. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
one episode felt like an MCU movie from like beginning to end.
It
Like,
kind
it
of
was-
did.
Like the pacing was really, really good. You started off with John Walker, having his monologue. Then you went right into Bucky confronting Falcon, like, "Hey, why'd you give away the shield?" Then we went to, the action sequence. Then we went to the interrogation. What's it called? Couples therapy. Like, just
Yeah.
this is a perfect episode. Like,
That was a great scene. I loved the therapy scene.
yeah.
She's still not a great therapist, in my opinion.
No, she's a terrible shrink.
I mean, we all would have hated it if they would have like solved and squashed all their beef there, right then. And
Well,
there,
yeah,
right?
2 episodes in.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, we still got 4 hours left of material. So
I found it interesting, and I liked it, but I found it interesting that Sam had no sympathy for what Bucky was feeling.
no, not even sort of.
Can you expand on that a little bit?
So when Sam said, "Why are you worrying about this when it has nothing to do with you?" and Bucky says, "Well, if Steve was wrong about you, that means he was wrong about me." And Steve always believed in Bucky that he wasn't essentially the Winter Soldier. He wasn't this bad guy. So if Steve's wrong about that, then how can he make amends? How can he move on? How can he find inner peace? And to Sam, that's not what this is about, understandably. Why would this be about Bucky to Sam? To Sam, this is about, like, his own internal stuff. So I thought it, like, neither of them, like, there's just such a disconnect. Neither of them had any sympathy for what the other was feeling. And I will say, Sam didn't say anything about how he was feeling about it. He just was like, it's not about you. You're not my problem.
Right. Sam was
He
very
didn't even want to
vague.
touch it.
He was like, I just thought what I did was right. Okay, tell us why did, elaborate further.
Yeah, like he didn't expand on it at all.
Right.
Yeah, he sort of talks about it a little bit with Rhodey, but even then, he doesn't really get into it beyond saying, I don't think we need that symbol anymore. We lived for a really long time without Captain America.
Right.
I think they're setting up an interesting dichotomy between, I keep coming back to the first Avenger, because things keep coming back. It seems like they're telling almost like a similar story, but they're telling it today through a new lens. And the thing that really made me think about that was obviously the Star Spangled Man, and the USO opening, because it's kind of the same thing. It's the celebration of the military. It's the production. It's the theatrics. But the twist on it, and the modern twist on it, was they're using HBCU, a black college marching bands to kind of do the propaganda, which is obviously, like, if you think about it, an interesting like allusion to Sam becoming Captain America. At the same time, it's the same propaganda that they're showing from the USO, from the original Captain America. So I think it's like they're doing really complex things, layering like all these kind of different themes within like this story about a shield. You know what I mean?
Well, what's cool too is it could be like have this different layers and different levels of it, where for us as the viewers, it's this allusion to Sam becoming Captain America, but in the universe, it might be them sort of like trying to not really comment, but sort like kind of tiptoe around the fact that they didn't pick Sam.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I thought it was also interesting. Kind of on that note, because they are doing it in like intelligent different ways. And an interesting scene was when he was talking to the kids, and the kids were calling him Black Falcon. And if you know comics, Falcon was one of the first comic book characters, black comic book characters, that wasn't called Black Lightning or
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Right, Black Panther or Black whatever. So I thought it was a really cool kind of like note, a wink to comic book history, and then also like the progression of what's happening.
Yeah, the way it's connecting back to the comics in this series in particular is incredible.
Yeah. Definitely, the showrunner definitely read the comics before writing the script. Right?
Well done, Malcolm Spellman.
I don't think we're gonna have that pop up again. I didn't read that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my god!
Just the groan that like you could hear around the world from Marvel fans when that happened.
Not even a groan, just like a oof.
Yeah, Michael Scott. Yeah, it's like
rubbing the temples. Oh,
totally, Michael Scott.
Yeah, like I think WandaVision was very clever in certain ways, whereas this is just very like smart and intelligent in like just a very different way. Because WandaVision, it's like, oh, here's a clue. Oh, are you gonna catch on to what's going on? Or are you gonna figure it out? Where this is just, it's not even like, are you gonna figure out what's going on here? It's just these layers of different things that you kind of need to dissect and figure out. I'm liking that aspect of it too, because it is like that moment of you have a different meaning for it as a viewer than probably someone like living within this MCU world.
Also,
Absolutely.
I'm so glad that the banter between Falcon and Bucky is like it's tamed down a little bit, but it's still funny. Like it's not Ant-Man crazy, jokey too much.
Yeah.
And sometimes Ant-Man can grind on me in terms of
Yeah.
all the
Too
barbs
much-
coming
too
from
much
everybody.
comedy.
Right. But this, like the banter between them it's funny. It hits. The delivery is great, and it just works for me.
I think
Their
it's 'cause-
chemistry is awesome.
I also think it's because Bucky doesn't really banter back.
No.
He's the straight man.
Yeah, so it's
Absolutely.
not like joke, right, like back and forth all the time. It's Sam bugging the crap out of Bucky.
Exactly.
Like, cause I almost was having the moment when Sam kept talking and Bucky's like watching these guys. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You're doing surveillance.
Oh my god, that whole scene was amazing.
So
Yeah.
the show's about the Shield.
Yeah.
Do you guys want a more detailed explanation throughout the course of the show about how the Shield works,
Yes.
or do you want to keep it kind
I
of
would
magical?
like that.
Yes.
I would like the Shield has been around for so long. I think it's about time we got a little more detail on it. Honestly,
Like the physics of it.
Yeah, like the physics exactly. Like was it Peter Parker or Spider-Man who said like that it doesn't obey the laws of physics?
Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah.
doesn't obey the laws of physics at all.
No, it doesn't. Like,
Right.
it should not. It almost has a boomerang quality to it.
Yeah,
Not everybody should just be able to pick up that shield and wield it like Cap wielded it. Like
exactly.
I don't like that. I
Yeah.
think they need to,
I get Bucky because he's got similar strength and everything.
right.
But
He also was
outside of
there when
that-
Cap was training with it. Like, I guarantee you, Cap showed Bucky how he was using it.
Oh, absolutely.
I
But
mean,
the
did
fact
you?
that Walker in the training video is like having it bounce around 3 times and coming
That
back
was
to him.
insane.
I would have loved a
Yeah.
video. Like, obviously they weren't going to show it in the Good Morning America, but I would love down the line seeing him train with it and just being terrible.
Like the Hammer Industry stuff in Iron Man 2.
100%. Yep.
I mean, the
Knocks
the
himself
perfect
out.
the perfectly thrown throw when he saves Battlestar who falls off the truck. That really kind of was like,
Like,
the
really?
sled. The sled.
Yeah.
Really,
I mean,
dude?
Yeah.
that would have been hard for Steve Rogers to pull off. I mean,
Seriously.
That's pinpoint accuracy.
Yeah.
Too accurate.
And then he
yeah.
gives
Right.
him like a little smile and thumbs up before
Like,
getting
are
back
you
on the truck.
kidding me right there?
You're like, there's no cameras, man. There's no cameras.
You're like out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, Bragg. So I mean, I totally agree. I think they need to mention that in more specifics, especially when they get into like why they chose John Walker. Well, they kind of did a little bit, but why they chose him, what the Shield can do, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I bet.
this is
I was just thinking they'll probably do that maybe a little bit when Sam gets the shield back for good. We still haven't seen those scenes.
I think
where
when
he's-
Bucky trains him, yeah.
Yeah, we still haven't seen the scenes where he's throwing it at the tree, which I feel like is at either his house or somewhere in Louisiana now.
yeah.
Or when he's just throwing it around at the trees and everything. So we still haven't seen that.
I think that's the perfect time to do it. That's when I would like it.
Totally.
I think this episode, like TC said, was just one of the best episodes they've done, and even just top tier Marvel content.
Mhm.
I was a little disappointed not to see a little bit more about John Walker's backstory, like you were saying, why they chose him, and see him kind of training with the Shield, because you assume it was not a surprise that he was chosen. It wasn't like they went, hey, by the way, you're gonna be Captain America, there's a press conference in an hour.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. There was a system. Maybe they were training a bunch of different peoples, and he won like a competition, like Mulan or something, where he was just like, they chose him because they had this competition or whatever. So I
That's-
agree. They need to.
That's the
I want to see
crossover
more.
I never imagined.
You just have I'll make a man out of you playing. Or
I'll make a Star Spangled Man. Out of you.
Then we just see Mushu in there. Oh man.
or do it.
Hey, dragon, not lizard. I don't do that tongue thing.
So Pit of Fire 10 has an interesting comment. He said it would be awesome if at the end of the series Cap speaks to Sam like a Force ghost and tells him that he did the right thing by leaving the legacy. What do you guys think about that?
I don't think he's dead.
Yeah,
See?
I think Cap's still alive. He's just old.
I've actually imagined that, but I'm not sure if it would be too much or not.
Well, do
Like, if
you
it would
think
be-
he's gonna leave the shield behind in the end, though? Because that assumes that Sam won't take the shield.
Right. And we still don't know for sure, like you said, if Cap's dead or not.
I think there was an article, I want to say on Murphy's Multiverse or something, that like they really zoomed in on the new like plaques that were part of the Smithsonian exhibit that said that he retired.
Okay.
So interesting comment in the chat. It says the fact that Walker called the cops on Bucky tells you a lot about the future of the
Ooh.
character. Do we know that it was John Walker?
No.
That
Oh,
We don't
I
know
thought he
that, but
just
that
bailed
could
him
be it.
out. I thought he just bailed him out.
maybe he
Yeah.
called them on purpose to bail them out and look like the
Right.
hero? I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe make a
Maybe.
show out of it.
Huh.
Oh,
That's
another.
interesting.
Speaking of that, where the hell did they come from when they were hijacking the trucks? Like John Walker and Battlestar popped out of nowhere. Like they already knew
Oh,
what
yeah,
was happening.
Right.
Yeah,
Probably
we
tra-
like
Oh,
did
they were
not
Maybe
hear
tracking
tracked
a
him
him.
through Red Wing.
Yeah, they
but,
tracked him through Red Wing, but we did not hear a helicopter at all. And
No.
like, why didn't Sam? Because Sam's a private contractor for the military. His whole free agent thing, I was a little bit like, you do work for the military, technically, dude.
Yeah.
But like, how was he not briefed that new Captain America was going to be in on the mission? Or
So it's just
how
it's
quickly
just like
was
the-
Captain America briefed on this mission?
it's just like the first episode though. Remember, because he went into the first action sequence kind of not knowing the real situation.
Hmm.
But he had
Yeah,
no
for sure.
backup.
Yeah, and we didn't see a lot of Torres in this episode too, because like there's that whole run in the comics where he becomes Falcon in the end. So I'll be curious to see if they go more that route with him. I mean, just because we didn't see much in this episode doesn't mean he's
Also,
not going to be in.
He's
the
an
rest of the series.
extremely different character from the comics so far, though, too.
Hmm. Okay.
Because in the comics, he's not military at all.
Okay. All right.
So that I think they could still pull it off. And his version of Falcon was due to like experimentation on him, where he literally his DNA was fused with a Falcon.
Wow. Okay.
So he actually
Well-
had like literal
was
wings.
Wasn't Sam Wilson Falcon originally able to like telepathically communicate with a real
With
Falcon named?
Yeah, Red
Yeah,
Wing was a
Red
real
Wing.
bird.
Yep.
He's Aquaman for the skies.
For Justice Bird, yeah.
He's Falcon
Yeah.
Man.
He's Falcon. Good one.
Yeah, right. I mean, I love the fact that they adapted Red Wing so well into what the MCU had already built. I mean, the fact that it's Stark Tech, it's a drone. I mean, it seems like this one is so much more advanced than what we saw in Civil War. So I'm
sure.
loving Red Wing so far. They better get a new one.
Is this the first name drop of the big three? The sorcerers, the what was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Aliens,
Aliens, androids,
Robots.
and wizards.
There you go.
yeah.
Robots, aliens, sorcerers. Okay, so that's the thing now. The big three.
Yeah, like it's
That was great.
because Walker said that too.
Right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, no, that was weird to me that Walker knew about that also.
Yeah, because didn't Sam say it's something I coined? Like
Oh,
that Sam
interesting.
came up with it. So does that mean
Right,
he's
right,
been
right.
bragging about it around it? Or
Right?
Or he's being surveyed.
yeah, did they have him
Are they
bugged with Red Wing
tracking him?
while he was there? Because they
That's
said they
a
tracked
great
him, but were they
idea.
listening?
Right?
Interesting.
Could be.
Interesting.
Big brother, always
It
watching.
may be good that Red Wing was destroyed. R.I.P.
Right?
Red Wing.
R.I.P. Red Wing.
So let's get our predictions for the next episode. How do we think? Do we think he's going to try to get the shield this next episode, or is it going to be a whole thing in Vienna with Zima?
I don't know if the whole episode's going to be Zemo. I don't think they're going to get the shield next episode. I could see us seeing Zemo. I could see us seeing Sharon Carter, because I think if you don't introduce her next episode, then she's not going to be nearly as big as the marketing has made her seem.
Yeah.
And they mentioned her, so they
Yeah.
set
They,
it up.
they
Yeah.
did name drop her, so that was good.
I'm hoping we learn more about this woman that's behind Flag Smashers, because she seems very interesting. And I hope that we see a little more of like John Walker, Captain America's, like really his motivation beyond, oh, I'm just trying to be the best Captain America I can be.
Yeah. And I was
Right.
thinking too about the woman behind the Flag Smashers, Carly Morgenthau. There was a Carl Morgenthau, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes, gender
in
swap.
the comics. Yeah. So what I'm curious to see, is it gender swapped, or is it maybe like a daughter or something? Is there maybe an original Carl Morgenthau that we
Oh.
haven't seen in the MCU yet? So I'll be interested to see how that relationship turns out.
Could be C, all of the above.
Could be. Anything's possible.
I'm with Caitlin. I want to see more of John Walker's backstory and get more explanation on like why he was chosen, also his motivations besides just wanting to. I think he said something in the beginning about keeping people safe, but I need more.
Well, sort of. He said he wanted people to feel safe based on what he's doing. He didn't actually say he wanted to keep people safe.
Very interesting wording.
I thought
Right,
it was
right.
weird.
yeah.
That's
And then
definitely a good one.
even his buddy Battlestar talking to him about like Like, you can't just punch your way out of something. I want to see some of the anger issues. Maybe
There's
flashbacks
some
to some of the anger
serious anger
issues.
management stuff going on with John Walker.
Because I can totally see him going too far on certain missions and taking his own liberties, so to speak.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Because that's what happens with him in the comics, right? He's
Absolutely.
just too aggressive.
Brutal.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, what do you think is his obsession with Sam being his new wingman for him?
Marketing.
Straight marketing, yeah.
Marketing, power trip, either.
Well,
Power
think about
trip,
it.
ego.
Think about it. If Sam is on his side, then obviously Sam okays him being the next Captain America. If Bucky's on his side,
exactly.
it's this whole that propaganda thing of, well, clearly I am the best candidate because even Captain America's best friends think so.
Right,
Bingo.
exactly. That's a
stamp
really
of
good point.
He wants that endorsement. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants the endorsement of Captain America's two closest friends.
Yeah, because I mean, not as a knock on Sam, but if you have the entire U.S. government and armed forces behind you, what does one guy with some wings bring to the table that they don't have?
Exactly.
Right.
In their eyes. I mean, obviously we know there's more to Sam than that, but
Right,
why
for
would
sure.
this
But
guy-
to the public's eyes.
Right. Going back to Caitlin's point about did Bucky and Falcon kind of do the wrong thing by not teaming with them? This whole scenario is kind of like Bucky and Falcon are kind of like the varsity team, and you have these two new freshmen come in and are just like, hey, you're going to be our wingman
Great
now,
analogy.
right? And freshmen just can't do that as a freshman. So
Freshman can't be captain of the football team.
right.
He hasn't paid his dues.
Right?
I also like the allusions to Bucky's past of him being the White Panther, or I should say the White Wolf.
White Wolf.
What do you the White Panther? Well,
You the White Panther now?
No, I don't think we're.
Sam's reaction too. What?
I'm sorry, what?
That wasn't an accident, huh, Brax? The fact that they put that in there.
Oh no, not at all. I mean, it made me think. I don't think we're going to see it in this series, but it'd be cool to see a comic book or an animated, or maybe in What If. I don't know. It's something to see what happened to Bucky in Wakanda. There should be a lot of adventures and stories there.
Yeah, I really want to see that somehow.
Right.
Many different directions. All
Who do you
right.
guys
Well,
think the big bad is?
Who do we think the big bad is? Oof. That I am more unsure now than I was before the series started.
Yeah.
I kind of want it to be Zemo a little bit.
Me
It
too.
could be
Zemo is still one of my top 2 or 3 favorite villains of the MCU so far.
Zemo and Thanos, they're the two villains that actually won.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They are the only 2 villains. I know Thanos lost in the end, but Zemo and Thanos are the only ones that actually accomplished their goal.
Zemo did it without actually fighting them too.
He did it without laying a finger on anybody.
Yep.
That's impressive,
He did it without a mask or a superhero name.
right?
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
hoping.
man.
I would almost hope it ended up being sort of a Zemo versus Power Broker thing in the end. I think that'd be
That'd be
really
cool.
interesting.
Or Zemo versus Flag Smashers thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it could be Zemo versus Flag Smashers or Zemo versus Power Broker. Then it could be Sam versus the government.
Or Sam versus U.S.
What-
agent.
Yeah, what
Maybe
if
this
this
is-
agent turned out to be the bad
Maybe
guy?
this is U.S. agent's origin story, and the second season of Falcon and the Winter Soldier is going to be them going up a beefed up U.S. agent.
Yeah, because I think
That could be something.
I do think Power Broker could come into play and be giving US agent his powers. So I could see it being where Zemo is against. That's why I would think Power Broker, because Zemo would just fight anyone that's got the super soldier abilities.
Right.
So yeah, I'm interested to see what happens with that. Maybe when he gets the super soldier serum, he just it doesn't go well, and so that's maybe why the government is even not necessarily siding with Sam, but has that moment of, ooh, I don't think we picked the right person.
Yeah.
On that same note, did Sam get pardoned? How come he's so in the clear?
I think he's now yeah, I think what they kind of did with the Sokovia Accords is they pardoned people who helped in that big final battle and even the first battle this is just me guesswork. This is not anything based on anything. And then the fact that Sam is now working as a private contractor, which also is weird to me that he doesn't have an income if he's a private contractor, because that doesn't scream private contractor to me. So I think everyone has pardons on a conditional way. Like maybe part of Sam's like pardon or get out of jail free card is that he continues helping the military.
Yeah, I'm betting on that note. Probably Bucky just has more restrictions than anybody else, just because of his past and everything.
Yeah.
But I do like that idea, honestly.
I think it's weird that new Captain America essentially was able to say Bucky doesn't have to go to therapy anymore. Like, how do you have the right
How
to
does he have all that
Super
power?
sketch.
say
Right.
How does
no
he have
to
that kind of
Sokovia
power and
Accord?
pull?
Yeah.
He's been Captain America for a day and a half.
He would say, "I am the government." Right?
Yeah.
God.
Right. We're definitely getting those vibes of like, you seem nice in that first little intro. You seem really sketchy now.
Yep. You know, very much giving off vibes of some ego stuff, very much like his father.
But bum.
Oh man.
Toku Kid asked, what if the super soldiers are an American creation to create a fake situation to make their new cap look good? What do you guys think about that theory?
Well, it didn't make the
Ooh.
new cap look good in this episode because they whooped him.
They
But
did.
what if it's them trying to get Walker to take the super soldier serum, because we don't know if that was offered.
Right.
It's good,
I think
yeah.
that's a very interesting theory. I also think, yeah, I definitely think it could be something where not all of Flag Smashers knows that's what's going on. It might be something where just like one or two people that are kind of in control do. And I also could see it maybe either being the U.S. government or like whoever is running the super soldier program, be it power broker privately or government or an entirely different person, like as, yeah, kind of a propaganda tool or almost a sales pitch of, well, look, I perfected it. Look what it does. I think it's a very good choice.
Something else interesting, actually, from one of my guys over at the Direct, he had something interesting to say. That Walker's interaction with Carly seemed a little bit like familiar, like they knew each other a little bit. They'd interacted before or something.
Was that the girl at the start?
Yeah,
I thought that was his girlfriend.
The British girl,
From Flag Smashers.
from Flag,
Oh.
Carly Morgenthau.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, what if maybe they have some kind of secret behind the scenes thing going?
You know, I was actually thinking more about who could be behind all this, and I was thinking, you know, Zemo and Power Broker and U.S. Agent, and one person that ties them all together, kind of in the comics, is Thaddeus Ross, leader of the Thunderbolts.
Oh,
Yeah, and the Sokovia Accord guy.
Right?
How cool would that be?
1,000%. So,
Maybe
He's gonna
that's
be a
why
Black Widow.
Well, maybe that's why
he's going to be in She-Hulk, isn't he?
Maybe that's why U.S. Agent felt comfortable
don't-
enough to say, "You don't have to go to therapy anymore."
Maybe.
Right.
If Ross is behind him,
Yeah.
oh man, that would be something. And I don't think Ross is confirmed for She-Hulk, but I wouldn't be shocked to see
I
him
wouldn't
come
be
into play.
shocked at that. Well, especially because She-Hulk is playing with the Sokovia Accords a lot, right?
yeah. But
I would
I mean,
think so.
there's the Sokovia Accords. We know he's definitely at least has an end credit scene or a cameo in Black Widow. So there's definitely
Right.
connective tissue there. So,
He was in the first
mean-
trailer for that.
right.
That would be really interesting. Yeah, that would work so well too, because like, what if him getting Bucky not to go to therapy wasn't a sign of good faith? What if it's him trying to sabotage him?
Absolutely. I
I
mean,
can totally see that.
Yeah.
and think how that would get people hyped at the end of whatever episode 4 to see Thaddeus Ross, you know, show his face all of a sudden, you know.
Right? I mean, he's been a big
Thunderbolt.
player
They
in
teased the Thunderbolts. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
He's been a
I mean,
big
I think-
player in Phase 3 so far, especially through all this Accord stuff.
I mean, just like we have the Young Avengers being slowly developed, I think the Thunderbolts are definitely being slowly developed because we have the new Black Widow, we got U.S. Agent, we got all the
Pun it.
pieces that are like
Punisher IP is back. Yeah, they can
right. Yeah.
Well,
So
isn't there a chance that the girl that Bucky was like on that date with is something bigger?
Yeah, so when she was first cast, a lot of people thought that she'd be Jolt from the Thunderbolts.
Oh, okay.
And she looks like her, that's for sure. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see where the series goes.
Could be something.
And this is a great show to start to introduce that too.
Yeah.
Right. I feel it being like the same tone, like a Thunderbolts movie would be at the same tone as like this show or the Captain America movies.
For
Mhm.
sure. Or like when
100%.
Black Widow comes out.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if once they have the Thunderbolts, assembled, that could be a movie where the new Captain America is going after them. So I mean, the pieces are there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was one of the things I was thinking about is with Sam and Bucky having this show, how do you see them coming into play on the movie side down the line?
I think they're setting up Sam to be the new Captain America for the Avengers on the big screen.
Okay,
Yeah.
so primarily team up movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Avengers movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I could see him, popping up in another movie like,
Like with Ant-Man.
yeah, Ant-Man or, I can't think of one right off the top. I mean, he could show up in another movie.
So I get.
Well, I
Kevin's
just
at-
mean the way he did it.
Yeah, for
Right,
sure.
right, exactly. Mhm. Go
Um,
ahead, TC.
Oh, never mind. You guys answered my question.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm thinking it is getting kind of late for all of us. Might have to wrap up pretty soon, but I guess any last thoughts before we wrap up going to next week?
Just fantastic episode. Marvel, bravo.
Cured your
that-
WandaVision.
Yes, it cured my WandaVision depression a
Oh,
little
man.
bit. The pacing of the episode, the moments, the build-up, the tease at the end. This is probably out of all the Disney Plus shows, episodes, I think this is like top 2 for me, if not top 1. So bravo.
Nice. It's up there for me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just like there's questions, but I'm just so excited for the next one because yeah, that was fantastic. We had drama, we had comedy, we had action. Like it really felt like it had everything, and the pacing was solid.
Absolutely. I feel like we got like I want to rewatch 1 and 2 together as like a mini
Agreed.
movie.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, great. Well, we will be here next week to do this again. Anything final you guys have to say?
Cannot wait for episode 3.
Oh yeah, things are about to pick up even more.
Oh, yeah.
So hyped.
Give me
All right.
Zemo, give me Carter, give me all of it.
Yeah, can they just put it up now? We can just keep going, right?
Yeah, let's just binge it. What's up? Well, hey,
Yeah.
thanks for tuning in. If you're watching this, give us a like, give us that thumbs up, drop a comment, all that kind of good stuff. Share this with your friends, and make sure to be back next week because we will be here, and we're ready for some more Marvel action. So with that, Illuminerdi signing off.
See you guys.
Peace out, guys.
Take care, y'all.